Now on Nightside, a judge has issued a gag order concerning the case, what the Moscow Police Department said in what could be their final update.
A little bit of sunshine on the way for Wednesday afternoon, but I'm tracking the next storm system on the way for Thursday. I'll explain how it could impact your day in the first alert forecast.
A robbery at a bank on the South Hill and a suspect on the run. Why police say they need your help. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. In what is likely the final Facebook update from Moscow police about the University of Idaho murders, today they notified the public that a judge has issued a gag order. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. That order prohibits all investigators, law enforcement and attorneys from speaking with the media or the public about the Moscow murder case. New on Nightside, our Rania Kaur spoke to a retired FBI agent who explains how this will impact the case moving forward.
For weeks, social media, interviews, and press conferences gave regular updates on the murder investigation of Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogen, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle. Any new details now halted by a non-dissemination court order issued by Latah County Magistrate Judge Megan Marshall.
Right now, we completely shifted gears the minute Mr. Kohberger was arrested. When he was arrested, now we're moving into the prosecutorial stages.
Jennifer Coffindaffer is a former FBI special agent and a crime analyst. The suspect, Brian Kohberger, is awaiting extradition back to Idaho. A probable cause affidavit is still sealed, outlining what led to his arrest.
We need to make sure, we, meaning the public, our country, we have to make sure that we give people who are charged with crimes due process.
A non-dissemination or a gag order, according to Coffindaffer, is a benefit for both the prosecution and the defense.
From a law enforcement perspective, they've got a cloak surrounding them of the court saying, don't worry, you don't have to put your case in jeopardy anymore. There's no issue.
Updates on a case shrouded in speculation, now only revealed by official court documents.
It's because of all of this that this judge has decided, in the interest of justice for this defendant and for this case as a whole, we're going to put a lid on it.
Reporting for 4 News Now, I'm Rania Kaur.
And earlier today, Brian Kohberger was in a Pennsylvania courtroom. Soon, he will be in Idaho facing charges for the murders of 4 U of I students after a nationwide effort to find the suspect. Pennsylvania police are now speaking out about how they made the arrest. It was a calculated effort. Pennsylvania State Police say they were watching Kohberger for days before going into his parents' home during the early morning hours of December 30th. Today, Kohberger told a judge he's ready to go to Idaho and face his charges. He wasn't alone in court. His family walked into the courthouse with their faces covered. They were there supporting their son and brother, who maintains his innocence. Prosecutors in Pennsylvania believe Kohberger has a reason to go to Idaho as fast as possible.
I definitely believe that one of the main reasons the defendant chose to waive extradition and hurry his return back to Idaho was the need to know what was in those documents.
And those arrest documents are still sealed, but Moscow police say DNA ties Kohberger to the crime scene, and they are ready to prosecute the suspected killer and bring closure for the families of these murdered students. Kohberger emerged as a suspect through DNA samples found at the crime scene on King Street in Moscow. Tonight, we take a look at the critical role DNA can play in criminal investigations and the method police may have used to identify Kohberger as a suspect. This process involves several steps. First, police take a swab of evidence from a crime scene. Then they submit it to an independent genealogy company that has a database of DNA voluntarily submitted by people all over the world. And finally, genealogists compare the DNA they get from police with the DNA already in their databases to see if it matches with a family pedigree. Because so many people have submitted these samples over the years, there's a higher probability of finding a match. It's the same way the Golden State Killer was caught in 2018, and it can also be used to clear people who have been wrongfully convicted.
This is really the new way for cases that don't have a suspect. And that's a significant part of this case, for example. They didn't have a suspect to arrest, apparently, by motive or by other evidence until they got, it sounds like from the reports, this genealogical match.
And that director of the Idaho Innocence Project emphasizes that just because a person's DNA is found at the scene does not mean that person committed the crime, and every suspect is presumed innocent until proven guilty. We'll take a look at your screen. This is new body camera footage showing Kohberger and his father being pulled over for speeding outside of Indianapolis. And you can see them driving a white Hyundai Elantra like the one police have been asking for information about for weeks. According to ABC News, Kohberger was pulled over twice in Indiana during their more than 2,500-mile road trip from Pullman to Pennsylvania. Indiana State Police say there was no information that he was connected to the murders at the time, and that was why he was not arrested. The father of Kaylee Goncalves says hearing about Kohberger's arrest makes their family feel like a weight has been lifted. The arrest came last Friday, the same day as family and friends gathered to celebrate the lives of Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogen. The police have said that the murders were a targeted attack, and Steve Goncalves says he doesn't know if there's a direct connection between Kohberger and the victims, but he knows more information will be coming out. The family says they are learning something new every day, and this is just the beginning of the judicial process, and it could be a long road ahead until Kohberger faces possible conviction. The family says they will be at every hearing as Kohberger faces murder charges.
Up to us as American citizens to make sure that we follow this case all the way through and we see some justice, and we identify these people and we put checks and balances in there so we can get these people off the streets and just live great lives and not have these small few people, taking advantage of all of our trust.
And even though police have a suspect behind bars, investigators say they still need your help now more than ever. They ask that you spread the name and photo of Bryan Kohberger and ask anyone who knows him to come forward and contact the tip line by email or by phone. That address and number right on your screen. You can also find them on KXLY.com. We've been alerting you all day on the breaking news in this investigation. Push alerts went out when Pennsylvania police spoke about the arrest of Bryan Kohberger. You can download the 4 News Now app right now and turn on notifications to get important alerts just like these sent straight to your phone. Breaking news concerning a burglary tonight. A group of unknown suspects backed up a pickup truck into a laundromat in Airway Heights, trying to steal the coin machine inside. Well, they didn't get the machine, but they did cause $100,000 in damage. Airway Heights police found the truck yesterday and discovered it had been stolen. The suspects are still on the run. Police are asking for the community's help in finding whoever did this. If you have information about who the suspects may be, please contact the detective at that email address right there on your screen. You can reference the case number that's written right along there as well. The inland Northwest is in for another round of freezing fog and some snow flurries. We've seen those this evening. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker for your first alert forecast.
Well, and that possibility will continue through Wednesday morning, making that commute to work and school a slick in spots. Then we get a little bit of sunshine in the afternoon, a rare treat in early January. But we are very closely tracking a wintry mix on the way for Thursday, the very northern extent of a much larger storm that is expected to hit California very hard. I'll be talking more about that later in the news. Satellite and radar right now, we have that veil of low clouds and starting to see some fog developing around the region with some areas of very, very light snow being reported. Didn't even measure 1/10 of an inch in Spokane today. 28 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene right now. We are cooling down very slowly with that blanket of clouds in place. We will drop a few more degrees, and then tomorrow warming up into the 30s. Our high temperature today, 29. It's our first day staying below freezing since Christmas Day. 32 in Coeur d'Alene, 30 in Sandpoint. It was 28 today in Bonners Ferry. Here's your Wednesday planner. Some sunshine in the afternoon. High temperature of 33 degrees, which is exactly average. There is warmer, wetter weather on the way for Thursday. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Chris, thank you. Two men now face charges in an attack on power substations in Washington state last month. Matthew Greenwood and Jeremy Crahan have been charged with conspiracy to damage energy facilities. The attack shut down 4 power substations in Pierce County over the Christmas holiday, cutting power to thousands of people and causing $3 million in damages. Court documents accuse Greenwood and Crahan of plotting to knock out power in order to break into a business to steal from the cash register. The two face up to 20 years in jail if convicted. Avian flu is hitting farms hard, with the CDC estimating nearly 58 million commercial and backyard birds affected in the past year across the country and here in Washington state. It's a challenge Chelsea Kerrigan, the owner of Red Barn Farm in Redmond, has been taking on since May of 2022, when the avian flu was first detected in the state.
The avian flu has definitely impacted us. One wild bird coming into their chicken run, and next thing you know, 10 birds, 20 birds, 30 birds, they're just dropping dead.
Kerrigan says they had to shut down agro-tourism in fear of the flu coming to her farm. She's also tried to cover their runs as much as possible so wild birds wouldn't come in. Washington state wildlife officials say as of mid-December, there were more than 90 confirmed positive cases of avian flu across the state.
And we have an update on the Damar Hamlin situation. The game between the Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals will not resume play this week. This comes after the game was suspended when Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest and collapsed on the field Monday night. Hamlin remains in critical condition. Now, the league has made no decision on resuming the game at a later date. The NFL also said it has no plans to change the rest of the regular season schedule. The Bills are still scheduled to host the New England Patriots on Sunday, and the Bengals are scheduled to host the Baltimore Ravens. Hamlin's family released a statement on the situation. Part of it reads, "On behalf of our family, we want to express our sincere gratitude for the love and support shown to Damar during this challenging time. We are deeply moved by the prayers, kind words, and donations from fans around the country." Of course, we will keep you updated with the latest on this story right here on 4 News Now.
Julian, thank you. Food banks flounder as grocery prices rise. And find out what makes the new Congress record-breaking.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Spokane Wedding Expo, coming January 7th.
PB&J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
For over 6 decades, first as the Spokane Guild School, now as Joya, we have been providing care that is second to none. Now we have a building to match. Joya, every child is limitless.
New tonight.
Thank you for being with us here in our studio, even if you're only here because Southwest canceled your flights home.
With Seth Rogen.
Are you okay?
And Diego Calva. Jimmy Kimmel Live. New tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Alcoholism and drug addiction are very treatable with evidence-based therapies. Colonial Clinic, a Spokane outpatient treatment center, can start patients in treatment the same day they call. We've been solving addiction problems for individuals and their families for over 3 decades. Through closed group therapy, clients advance together with their common experiences toward a healthy lifestyle. We offer addiction treatment, mental health counseling, and now medication-assisted therapy for those who need it. Call for a free consultation. Colonial Clinic. Call today, start treatment tomorrow.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center.
Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and 1 day only.
New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center.
Free admission.
Free parking.
Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Morning.
Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
It's funny.
Good luck out there.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
New on Nightside, the Spokane Police Department is still searching for the person who robbed a South Hill bank. Police say just before 5 o'clock tonight, a man went into the Washington Trust Bank on 30th Avenue and Grand Boulevard while it was still open, making threats for money. The suspect was able to get away with cash, and police say no weapon was used.
To track from the bank with a police canine. We tracked for probably about a half an hour. Weren't able to locate the suspect, so that investigation is obviously still ongoing at this point.
Now, police say they do not believe there's a threat to the public. No one was hurt during this robbery. Anyone with information or surveillance footage around the time that robbery took place, again, that was right around 4:42 p.m., is asked to call Crime Check. The number's right there on your screen, 509-456-2233. The U.S. Department of Agriculture predicts that all food prices will increase by anywhere from 3.5% to 4.5% this year. Food pantry distributors like Second Harvest are dealing with shortages, and now an increase in the cost of food is making it more difficult for them to accomplish their mission. Second Harvest provides food for 21 counties in eastern Washington and 5 in North Idaho. All areas are dealing with rising costs and food shortages.
We also recently spent $500,000 to shore up supplies of dry and shelf-stable goods, and that was necessary but completely unsustainable. We simply can't afford to do that every month. And just a few years ago, that would have bought hundreds of thousands of pounds more than it did this year due to rising prices.
And they say they believe other factors like rising gas costs, ongoing supply chain issues, and labor shortages are all making it harder to provide food for the community. While food costs are going up, so is the amount of people dealing with food insecurity. Around the nation tonight, Washington Senator Patty Murray is now third in line for the presidency, swearing in as the first woman to be president pro tempore. On Capitol Hill, it's out with the old and in with the record-breaking. The 118th Congress is the most diverse to date, with historic numbers of women, Latino members, and members who identify as LGBTQ. Democrats maintain control of the Senate. Republicans now control the House. The differences between and amongst the two parties are already playing out on day one. California Representative Kevin McCarthy, favored to become Speaker of the House, is facing a once-in-a-century challenge from GOP hardliners.
We may have a battle on the floor, but the battle is for the conference and the country.
The stakes are high. Congress cannot function without a speaker, as the leader is responsible for determining the order of business and legislative agenda in the House. Division on the Hill will also likely be a major obstacle for President Biden as he faces an uphill battle to push his priorities through Congress. But the White House is optimistic bipartisanship will win out. The strong job market has prompted a lot of companies to give generous raises this year. Workers who stuck with their same employers are enjoying the biggest raises in nearly a quarter century. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, in November, the median wage growth over the past year for those remaining at the same job was 5.5%. However, workers who switched jobs had it even better, with a median wage growth of 7.7%.
Temperatures right now 28 in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane with cloudy skies, 23 for a low tonight. Overcast conditions, the possibility of some isolated flurries or freezing drizzle tomorrow. Cloudy to start the day, but then some sunshine in the afternoon and a high of 33. Wide view on the satellite because I want to show you this tremendous storm, a bomb cyclone that pressure is dropping very quickly. A strong storm that is taking aim on central California, actually all along the California coast. They are bracing for high winds, historic flooding. They're still recovering from last week's flooding, and this system is driving in an atmospheric river. So much activity in the Pacific, and yet we will just be on the far northern edge. Here's our forecast starting off at 4 o'clock in the morning with the heavy rain starting to move into California. As we go into the afternoon, we are seeing some heavy snow develop in the Sierra Nevadas. We are just on the far northern extent. Heavy rain expected in Portland and some rain in Seattle as well. Nothing compared to what they're going to see in California. By 9 o'clock tomorrow night, we're just going to see the extreme northern edge of that system. Starting off at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, we start to bring some wet weather in by 1 a.m. May start off as a little bit of very light freezing rain and then more of a rain-snow mix as we go through the day, but snowfall totals are expected to be less than an inch before everything turns over to rain. Your planning forecast: some sunshine tomorrow, a high of 33, a high of 36 on Thursday with that mix of rain, snow, and possibly a little bit of freezing rain. 30s on Friday and Saturday, but will be above freezing. Possibility of some mountain snow and then more wet weather coming in on Sunday. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
You heard what the doctor said, right, Dad? These pain meds, they're no joke. And this, it's an opioid. They can be very addictive.
But I need my strong pain medicine.
I know, Dad, I understand. Just make sure you only take what the pharmacist said. And keep it in this locking bag from the pharmacy so it's away from the kids.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll put this in the locking bag.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Protect the people you love from opioid misuse. Lock up your medication.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivered.
It's to get you the information you need to plan your day.
Breaking news this morning, and breaking news you need to keep your family safe.
On Good Morning Northwest, that's what we mean when we say expect more.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Perry Mason made solving murder look good, and devoted Secretary Della Street embodied 50s fashion. The truth never goes out of style on Perry Mason.
Watch MeTV Spokane Coeur d'Alene on MeTV 4.2.
Hi, I'm Chris with Clark's Tire and Automotive. Right now is the best time to get your vehicle in to get it checked over. Come on in for a free winter inspection. We're going to check your brakes, shocks, struts, tires, air filter, wiper blades, and your heating and cooling system to make sure you're winter ready. If you can't make it into one of our shops, give us a call. We now have a mobile service. We offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We support our local law enforcement, our schools, our nurses and doctors, and we're here to support you. Come and try us out. We are a friendly neighborhood service repair center.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
New on Nightside, Starbucks launched its winter menu today with a new twist on a fan favorite. A new pistachio cream cold brew is here, featuring cold brew with vanilla syrup, topped with pistachio cream cold foam and salted brown buttery sprinkles. It joins a returning seasonal fan favorite, the pistachio latte, first introduced in 2021. Our producer Amelia says she likes the latte, so I'm willing to try it.
Allergic to pistachios. I can't. Darn. That's okay.
I'll have to get you something else.
Coffee is easy to come by in the inland Northwest, so I'm not going to suffer, that is for sure. No snow today at the airport. You may have had a little bit at your house. I had a few snow flurries at my house. Our season-to-date total is well above average. We've had over 35 inches of snow. Snow cover around the region. This is from satellite showing you how deep some of that snow is, especially in the mountains. A little bit thinner up in the northeast mountains compared to the Cascades and the central Panhandle mountains. Here's a look at our current snowpack. We are over 100% down in the Blues, up through the Clearwater and the Spokane River Basin. Northern Panhandle is a little bit above average. We're just a hair below further to the north, but got a long ways to go in the snowpack season, 3 more months. So I'm not too worried, particularly with the La Nina winter. Our precipitation January 11th through the 17th, above average precipitation and above average temperatures that may equate to valley rain and mountain snow, which I've heard from many people is their preferred way to take their snow. Keep it in the mountains, rain down in the valleys. Not my personal preference, but it takes all kinds. I just remembered I forgot to get a fresh pick of the night, so I have a rerun for you from last night. I apologize, but it's a good one, so we'll go with it. This is from our friend Mark Bode. Beautiful shot from Bull River, Montana yesterday, where it was 40 degrees. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today. 4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Parenting. Sometimes there's success.
You got it, girl.
And other times,
I want to encourage you to try it.
nope.
I am a high achievement parent.
Our parenting style is strict with morals.
You can obviously see the love. I wish I had a dad like them.
You should see us cook, though.
The Parent Test. New episode starting Thursday, 9/8 Central on ABC.
Welcome to the Splash Zone. The A1 Double Cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back with charbroiled beef, onion rings, and Swiss, covered in savory A1 sauce. Bite into the A1 Double Cheeseburger starting at $3.49, only at Carl's Jr.
Let's wave the flag together. Hello, I'm Mark Peterson with 4 News Now, presenting the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered flag to any BECU Spokane location on January 13th, and in exchange, you'll receive a new American-made flag from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tub starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
A burger so good, you'll put a ring on it. Or 2. Carl's Jr.'s A1 Double Cheeseburger is back with charbroiled beef, melty Swiss, A1 sauce, and crispy onion rings. Bite into the A1 Double Cheeseburger starting at $3.49, only at Carl's Jr.
Well, if you don't know the name Blake Buchanan, you might need to get familiar. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minenso. This is Lake City High School's Blake Buchanan. Blake is 6 feet 11 inches tall and can beat any of us in a game of one-on-one. Blake is so good that he is committed to play at the University of Virginia next season, but he's got a high school diploma and a state championship to earn first. Now, in the first quarter, we pick it up. Lake City taking on Moscow, and Ian Hillman hits the 3 from the corner for Moscow, but Lake City begins their big run in a big way. Buchanan with the mid-range jumpers. He was just getting started. A few minutes later, it's Buchanan again, showing off the range as he sinks the corner 3, one of 2 he made in the first half alone. But he can also do it on the defensive end. Hillman at the rim, and the swat from Buchanan says, get that out of here. That leads to points on the other end. 83-37 is the final there. Now over to North Central High School. North Central hosting Gonzaga Prep. Gonzaga Prep has lost only 1 time this entire season, and they showed why. Gonzaga Prep with the ball, and there was a wild scramble underneath the hoop. Jamil Miller, right place, right time for the Bullpups, but North Central comes right back. Juju Irvin shows off the jumper right in the face of Miller, and that's when Miller said, okay, enough is enough. Miller jumps the passing lane, and watch out, slams it with authority. What did the hoop do to you, Jamil? Miller had 27 points. Gonzaga Prep runs away with it 74-51. Gonzaga Prep girls also taking on North Central. First half, North Central trailing, but Hannah Hamilton was trying to get them back in the game. Hamilton faces up and knocks it down. North Central, though, had no answer for Gonzaga Prep's offense. Jillian Bears, oh, there's a replay right there. Hamilton again, but we're going to go on the other end now, and this time it's going to be Lucy Lynn. She'll follow up her own shot, but then gets it back. Follow your shot, kids. It's fundamentals. 15 points, 77-41 Gonzaga Prep rolls. University boys basketball visiting Lewis and Clark tonight. Opening minute of the game. University big man Shane Skidmore goes up, weight room, gets the basket and the foul. But Lewis and Clark, they were hanging tough in this one. Luke Marshall gets the pass in the lane and finishes with the floater. But Skidmore was just too tall and too good. Skidmore with the dunk to put the finishing touches on this one. 61-42, University wins. University girls also visiting Lewis and Clark. Former Gonzaga basketball star Jasmine Redmond is the coach for University, and they play like a well-coached team. University on the fast break, and check the ball movement right here. It finds Mackenzie Hadron with the bucket and the foul. But Lewis and Clark, they punched right back. Olivia Baird from the corner from deep. 3 points would be the difference in this one. Lewis and Clark wins 53-50. And Washington State basketball has given new meaning to the term new year, new me. The Cougars look like a completely different team on Sunday against USC. WSU was clicking on all cylinders. Head coach Kyle Smith called it their best game of the season. And as a reward, hey, they get to go on the road to take on the Arizona schools. How about that? Washington State will take on Arizona State on Thursday, followed by 5th-ranked Arizona on Sunday. The Cougars haven't played well away from Pullman this entire season. Washington State has lost 6 of 7 on the road or on neutral site games this year. The Cougars are looking to change that narrative, however.
Our first 6 games in the league are, I think, all top half teams on projected, I would say, and, one of the best teams in the country, both these teams. I mean, Arizona State, I think their starting 5 has some really one of the best group of 5s out there. And then you're going to play Arizona down there. So, got our work cut out for us, and let's see if we can, play better on the road and build off what we did.
Washington State and Arizona State tip off at 5 o'clock Thursday night in Tempe, Arizona. Last season, these teams split the 2 matchups with both programs winning on the road. That wraps us up for sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
There are many different ways that Numerica gives back. Financial education is my way of giving back to the community by being able to help members in branch and getting the opportunity to go out into schools and teach kids about how to put themselves in a better position financially.
Is one casino really any better than the next? Well, at Northern Quest, we've got the largest gaming floor in the region, not to mention the most slot titles, the most payouts, the largest selection of table games, the lowest minimum bets, the highest maximum bets, and a state-of-the-art sports book. So you tell us. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Don't miss our $50,000 Cool Cash Hot Seats giveaway, January 12th and 26th.
Exactly how bad is our housing shortage? Washington State Commerce Department research puts Washington State dead last, 50th out of all 50 states in available housing supply. The housing shortage means higher prices for renters and home buyers. The solution is more housing. Our representatives in Olympia can fix this problem by passing laws that allow for more housing to be built. Join our Welcome Home Coalition. We can act to welcome more families home.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
excited for a little bit of sunshine tomorrow. High temperature of 33. That should heat up the streets and maybe melt a little bit more in my neighborhood. It's still pretty icy.
I know, I've heard people saying that they're still scraping the ice off of their driveways.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, well, you can come to my house and do it. Oh, yeah, it's like this thick on the driveway. We got it off the sidewalks. We're good citizens, but
the driveway's still a little ice skating
rink.
Yeah, bring
your skates.
Enjoy. We'll see you again tomorrow.